Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Flippin' Ain't Easy and another episode of me out in my garage working, but I'm kind of scrambling right now. So this video, I know I've earmarked the previous ones in the same way where I'm going to be working while talking, but I really have to get work done. But I figure, if you guys can put up with me rambling while working, actually working, more working than rambling, then I think some of you at least will tolerate it. So let's go with it. And I will talk for a minute before I start working though. I have a timetable now on this whole project that I'm working on. Now, let me just preface everything that I'm saying with this. I do what works for what my situation calls for. I would say there's a strong chance, like 99% chance, that your situation calls for you doing something totally different. And there's nothing wrong with that. I've always advocated for, doing what makes your business tick the way it ticks. And we all have a different way to make our business tick. What I do with my business is going to be totally different than what most people do. But I have a certain set of circumstances that I have to adhere to. Number one being a development in my story here is that I did give my storage unit folks a notice that I will be out by the 1st, or actually including the 1st of November. So I believe that's on Saturday. And while I have already started moving some things over, and on Archie, Biscuitbutt's been kind of helping me move some of this inventory. Thank you to Archie. I really appreciate his help, helping me liquidate some of the things, some of the bad buys that maybe I've undertaken this year that I've just stored away in my storage unit. Like, for instance, and this is the bad buy that I had last year that's been sitting there for a year now, and that is the auto parts. I bought 450 parts. It turns out to just north of 450. And we're talking air filters, oil filters. These are all brand new parts. Napa, you got Napa Gold, you have AC Delco, right? And all the good parts. And you got air filters, oil filters, brakes, brake pads, and stuff like that. At the time, I'm like, you know what? My second store will just volume the hell out of it. This is before really any thought of AI listers or anything like that. And we'll just do this manually. And to me, it was just one of those things, you think of someone like Joe, Profit First Reseller, where he just gets the stuff out and he's just boom, boom, boom with the app, taking the photos, doing the things within the app and just firing it off, right? That's kind of what I wanted to do with it. And then I realized, oh crap, we have the fitment tool, which is the compatibility that eBay wants you to use with your eBay Motors auto parts. So that put a damper into what I was hoping to do with it, and I kind of just shelved the project, and it sat in the storage unit for all this time. And Archie came, he picked some of it up. He thought, you know what, I can go ahead and move some of this on District. And he tried to do some live selling. He's like, this stuff ain't going to move. So he actually put some on Marketplace. And we were able to liquidate some of it. Now I have about, I'd say, half of it here in it's actually in my SUV. I haven't unloaded it yet. We're making this video at like 8 o'clock at night, Pacific time. And that's like the last thing I'm even thinking about. I mean, at some point I'm going to pull it out, right? But hello. Yo. Hey, wait, just before you start, I'm recording my video. I'm out here in my garage working, so oh man, I'm recorded? You're going to be on the video, dude. Because I'm not going to stop and edit this thing. I mean, I may edit it because I think I shut it off before I answered it. But I decided that I was going to try to at least have you tell me whatever the hell you're going to tell me. Because usually you want to chat. So here we go. I got nothing to talk about, so help me get some content for this video. So what's going on? What's up?
Well, the guy backed down, actually. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, what happened?
Dude, you're not going to believe this. Dude, check this out. So the guy shows up, and did you already tell everybody, like... By the way,
this is, look at this. This is Archie. Look at that picture I have for him. This is Archie who's talking right now.
Oh my gosh, which one is this? My eyes wide open.
Yeah, your crazy eyes.
You should have showed him it when it actually was like blinking or whatever. But anyway, so I don't know if you told everybody, you know, what I sold for you or whatever.
No, because I was waiting to hear back from you about this.
Well, so it was probably about like between 300 and 400. I just put 300 in the listing.
Oh, you talk about the parts.
Car filters.
The parts. Okay, yeah, I was telling everyone before you called. It's crazy because I was kind of like, damn it, Archie, I'm in the middle of recording. Why the hell did you choose now to call? But I figured, you know what? Be perfect to get an update on that. So you told me someone was coming to look at it and they bought it, right?
Well, first off, I'm infamous for calling you when you're recording either PPP or...
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, yeah, so I literally just listed it probably like 45 minutes ago. And I listed it for 300. Even though what's funny is at the garage sale that I had over the weekend, I had it 2 for $1, and I was going to take a decent offer. Somebody offered, and I had one guy look at it, and he actually was like very interested, and he was like, "Dude, the sell-through rate's awesome on these." But as I was dealing with other people, he just kind of snuck off.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why he changed his mind, but anyway, I finally got him listed local, and yeah, 45 minutes ago, somebody messaged me like 20 minutes ago and was just like, "Hey, is this still available?" Typical question. I was like, "Yes." Not expecting to hear from him again. And he says, "What is your lowest?" And I never answer that question. I think that is one of the dumbest questions to ask. Just give me an offer. Just like on eBay, just send an offer.
Yeah.
I just said, "I'll entertain offers if you want to send it to me." And he came back with 200. And I'd already talked to you kind of about where our baseline was.
Mm-hmm.
So that was within our baseline from a couple days ago when we talked. Like, hey, if somebody says, "Hey, they want this much," you know, we already knew where my flexibility could be.
Right.
And that was still above where our baseline was. But he basically said 200. We had it at 300, and I just said, "Hey, 220." And he says, "Give me your address."
Okay.
So,
okay.
But, dude, so check this out. So he shows up, and pretty much I'm sure that his mind was made up that he's going to get it regardless. He just, you know, obviously you still want to just make sure that everything's there and approximately how many that you said. But I was just like, I go, "Let me guess. You're a reseller, huh?" And he's like, yeah. He goes, "I'm mainly getting these because I need to up my feedback score." And I was like, "Oh, okay. You must have."
There's a lot there.
And he's like, "What's that?"
There's a lot there.
I know. Right. I mean, he's going to make good money, though, on this.
Yeah.
He really is.
Well, that's cool.
But no, John, that's not the kicker. Check this out.
Okay.
So he tells me that, you know, like, "Oh, no, I need more feedback." And I was like, "Oh, okay, you must have a new account." I go, "Do you watch any of the YouTubers?" And he's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, have you ever heard of the guy, our channel named Flippin' Ain't Easy, John and Jenna?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I watch them all the time." And I was like, "Well, this is his stuff."
Yeah?
So,
well, what's his name? What's his name? I'll shout him out.
A viewer bought your stuff.
Well, that's cool. What's his name?
Is that? His name was Ryan. So I told him, I was like, I said, "I'm going to tell John." I said, "So maybe watch his live on Friday."
Well, hey, Ryan, thank you for buying the parts. I appreciate it. You helped me with my project here. No, but no, thank you for helping me, dude. I appreciate you taking the time to do that. You know?
Dude, I mean, but you know, to be honest with you, I didn't think that they would sell I thought I'd be sitting on them probably for at least probably a month or so. And then we would have had to really evaluate how low do we want to go.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing, though, on Marketplace that I've learned is it really is timing also. Like
right.
That guy had to literally be searching, and I don't know what he was searching for, but he caught that ad at the right time. Because here's the thing: if he wasn't on there searching, and who knows, he may have had it as a keyword. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But if he didn't, dude, that could have actually not been in his feed when he went to go look for something. You know, if I had to guess, though, he probably put the word lot in because that's what I use that as a keyword in the listing.
Yeah.
And especially if he's trying to fix his feedback, he'd probably just put the keyword, you know, search for anything with the word lot in it. And that might have been how he found it.
Well, I almost feel like you should have told him, hey, let me hit up John to see he's got more at his storage unit. That's what I was just telling everyone. I have my carload full of stuff. Maybe he'll buy the rest.
Well, so I didn't. The only reason I didn't because it was in the back of my mind.
Uh-huh.
But the reason I stopped myself from saying something was because we already know what the brakes are worth, and you're going to make a ton of money on those.
Yeah, but it's like, yeah.
But with that said, I mean, I don't have a problem reaching back out to the dude and just being like, hey, you know,
well,
you just have to let me know how many you have. And
maybe I just sell the other parts and not the brakes and give him a deal. You know, because there's only about us. There's no. I got a lot more of those filters, air filters. I have other parts. I mean, I think I have oil filters too still. And then only one of the boxes is the brakes. It's a small box. It's not a very big box, I don't think. I have to go back and look.
I don't remember seeing too many brakes, to be honest with you.
No. So, I don't know. He's probably watching this right now. So, that's kind of cool.
Ryan, reach out either to John in the comments or me, and he's got some more parts for you.
Cool. Well, hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Dude, teamwork, man.
Yeah,
teamwork.
That's right. I appreciate it. I owe you one. So.
You've been more than gracious to me. So.
Well, this is the cool thing about, this is my point about networking, guys, out there. It's, meeting people, knowing people who do what you do. There's so much value in it, right? Now, I guess I could have listed these on my own, but being the hardhead that I am, it's like, Archie knows about this. Like, he'll constantly tell me, why don't you put this on Marketplace? And I'm like, it's just a time suck for me. Getting the listing that, like, I had 10 magenta toner cartridges. They're third-party aftermarket ones. And I had Jenna, I said, look, she's like, can I help you? Because you're out there working your butt off. I said, how about this? How about instead of me throwing these magenta cartridges, they're all sealed in their own little pouches. And they've been sitting. I've had them up for sale and no action. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm charging shipping individually on each one instead of free shipping. I don't know. But it's like it's taking up too much space. So we put them up for $50 for 10 of them. And, I haven't got any hits yet. But maybe I'll get someone that'll hit me up with that. $5 a piece. I might even come down a little bit, but she was willing to go on my phone and do the listing. She took all the photos and everything and put them up. So we'll see how that works. So it's just that I don't know if I want to be bothered with the Marketplace thing,
Yeah. So, I mean, you and I obviously have had this conversation so many times, and I've kind of changed my view on why I agree with why you, John, don't do it.
Yeah.
Because, when, 3 years ago, almost right when I first met you, there was that whole deal with the speakers, the ion speakers and stuff.
Oh, gosh, we're going to talk about it again.
To where you literally were going to throw those out for bulk pickup.
Yeah, we're talking about these big Bluetooth speakers on wheels, the kind you take to the beach or parties or whatever. And I'm like, ain't no way in hell I want to ship any of those. I was into shipping smalls at the time. I was like, my kryptonite was shipping large items. So when I got a pallet that was unmanifested and had nothing but those in there, I had them just piled up in my garage. And I'm like, Archie, you got to help me get rid of these things because I don't even know what the hell to do with them. And he's like, do marketplace. I'm like, I'm not messing with marketplace. And he said, look, I'll buy them from you, right?
Well, kind of. I mean, I had already started selling on marketplace, and I had zero issues with it. As a matter of fact, that was a huge part of when I first started reselling my sourcing method. So I was comfortable from a buyer and a selling standpoint on selling, on local marketplaces. But no, I think if I remember right, originally, let me back up though. And I had just sold. I knew that those speakers sold quick because I even told you that. I was like, dude, put them up on marketplace. I'm telling you, they will be gone in 24 hours. And you were just like, nope. I would rather put them out of bulk pickup.
Yep.
Blah, 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 blah. And I didn't want to take them from you because I would have felt guilty,
Yeah.
But the more and more you were adamant about, no, okay, if you don't want them, then they're going out. Because originally you were just going to give them to me too.
Yeah.
And and of course, it wound up coming down to, well, I'm not going to take them, but I'm not going to let you put them out for bulk pickup either because these will sell.
Yeah.
And it basically came down to, I want to say you sold them to me for like $5 each, if that. And you were happy with it. Like,
No, I think it was like $10 each, wasn't it? I think it was a little bit more than that. Really?
No. Dude, it was like rock bottom almost to where I was just like, because sorry, I even remember I was trying to, I was wanting to give you more, and you were just like, no, just give me this much. So I did. And I think after I sold them all, though, within 24 hours, I think I gave you like an extra 20, which was probably stupid on my part because that's not really a good friend. But it was funny because I immediately, dude, remember we had to Jenga it into my car.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because back then I had the vet.
Yeah.
Remember, I had to do 2 trips.
Right.
Well, I took some home in the vet, and then I had to come back with my, at the time, girlfriend's car.
Yeah,
I took the rest.
All I know is you called me halfway home and said, I already sold like half of them already. Oh.
Yes. So that's the funny part is I get home, I list the like 5 or 6 that I got.
Right.
And then I head back over, and I think by the time I got back to your house, like all the rest were people just waiting for me to get home so that I could come. I mean, they literally sold like hotcakes. And then I listed the rest of them that night, and they were all sold by the next morning by noon.
Yeah.
Like, I want to say there was like, 15, 16 of them.
There's a lot.
So, yeah. So when it was all said and done, I mean, the thing is it's funny too, because with those, I would have somebody come to get one, and then they'd see I had like 15 of them, and they'd be like, oh, how much for 2 or how much for 3?
Right.
So I was selling like multi-units of them, multi-quantities. But anyway, the whole point is I get why you don't like doing it because it is a whole rigmarole, if that's a good word to use.
Sure.
With the whole, is this available? And like it does get annoying, but see, the way you do your business, dude, you are constantly busy listing, buying, and the type of stuff that you're selling.
I'm busy.
It takes a while for you to list, to take it apart, to sell the parts, and repair, and things like that. For me, I don't care. Like, it's just me anyway here, doing my business, and I don't mind just quickly answering a question and then giving people my address and coming here to pick up. For me, it doesn't bother me.
Right.
But again, because again, I didn't understand back then why you didn't like doing it, because to me, I thought you were like leaving money on the table. But I get it now. And then, before you had your storage unit, you couldn't fit stuff in your old car. So I would always have to go. And again, I felt always bad, but you would always hook me up.
Yeah.
With free stuff.
Yeah, but you helped me out.
But it was always stuff that I could only sell on Marketplace, and you knew that. And you're just like, yeah, I'd rather you take it and just sell it on Marketplace. You're helping me out kind of thing. And I made good money on that
Yeah,
stuff.
like
So.
water coolers and you name it. Like just vacuum. I mean, I have vacuum cleaners now, but I mean, I didn't have a storage unit then. So that was out of the question for me. And now, like I'm actually, you guys might wonder what the hell I'm doing. I'm actually taking this Kenmore vacuum cleaner, and it's kind of already parted in the box. So I'm just taking the parts out. It looks like the head of the unit looks like it's been cracked open. Someone busted it open. So that's going to be in the trash can. But the other parts, like the hose, like I sold comps like $34, free shipping. So I'll just do like $24.95. I'm not a big free shipping guy. If I can't sell it any other way, then I'll adjust it. But anyway, so that's kind of the thing. I got off on a tangent. Sorry. It's just one of those things where if you weren't there, I would be. There'd been a number of times I would have been picking up a pallet, and I've been like, I have no clue how the hell I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff. Or, I didn't know at the time, the place that I go to, that they would hold it for you. They actually charge you for anything that you leave. I think it's like a $250 fee. So I'm like, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get around this, because some of these pallets were much bigger than what I was able to transport with my vehicle. So,
I mean, and with that said too, though, the other side to that coin is, just because I'm doing that for you, and I'm helping to sell some of this stuff. I mean, because obviously everybody should know I'm getting a little bit on the back end too. But, and that's why I don't mind doing it, because some of this stuff's, it's worth my time. But with that said, though, I still am not a consignor, consignment, whatever, however you say it.
Okay. So you're just letting everyone know that you're not in the consignment business?
Yes. So family and friends, do not bring me your stuff.
Well,
John is my good friend, and I will help him sell some of this.
Well, you don't have to. I appreciate it.
He's got really good stuff, but yeah, I'm not in the consignment business. But I have fun. I have fun with some of the stuff that I sell for you, and it's always stuff that sells pretty quick.
Well, you coming by tomorrow?
No, Thursday.
Thursday? Okay. Well, I have, believe it or not, another thing that I just realized is I have a doctor's appointment. I don't know what time, so I don't know what time you're planning on coming over. Then I got my bowling league that night, so I don't know. I mean,
we'll just do another day then.
Okay.
If we have to do Friday morning.
Okay.
I know you got your live, but
that's in the afternoon, so good stuff. Well, all right, man. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Funny story, but Ryan, John and I thank you.
Yes.
Jenna thanks you too.
Yes, thank you, Ryan. You helped me a lot. And of course, you can always hit me up if you want to work something out for the rest of these parts here, if you really want to get into the parts. But I brought them home to put in the storage unit, and I haven't done it yet. Maybe by midnight I'll have them in the storage unit. It's just a lot of work. I'm gonna bust my butt here the next 10 days because I have to. But it is what it is.
Cool. Oh, hey man, I forgot to tell you something too.
Yeah.
That all your viewers might want to know.
That was great. Yeah, he hung up on me. That's good. I loved it. So hopefully you guys heard that. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to go back and listen to see if you guys heard that or not. And if you didn't hear it, of course, that was just Archie saying to say kudos to Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. Ryan went over to Biscuitbutt's house and bought a bunch of the parts, like half of the parts that we had for sale. And we do favors for each other like that, like, hey, can you do me a favor? Yeah, sure. What's up, man? And he didn't have to list those on Marketplace. He has no problem. He just take a few photos and said, like, look, I'll deal with these people. Me, it's like, I guess I could do it myself. I should do it myself. I probably will do it myself, but I'm so busy, guys. I mean, it's been from the time that I wake up until the time that I go to bed, and I'm trying to get away from that. But I realize that, especially now, I have a deadline of the 1st to get my stuff out of storage. You give them the notice. So for me, I've really kind of put myself in a position where I have to really scramble to get that stuff out of there. And really, it's not so much about getting the stuff out of there. It's more about the racks. So I've got $800 worth of racks that I picked up at Sam's this year. Actually, last year I picked them up, and I've what, 4 racks that are 74 inches long racks by 74 high. I think they're 72 by 74 high. 24. No, actually, I think these are like 36 wide, so they're pretty wide. And I got to get some of these older racks out of here. And so what I did last night was, like, we have 8 different racks, which is a lot of stuff. It's a lot of the smalls were on one of the racks, and I put them over there. You can't see it, but there's a large rack over here on the far wall that was really not being used. So I repurposed that rack, got everything moved from those racks. And of course, along with moving it, my numbered system, I had to go in and deal with that, change the numbers and the rack numbers and everything, make sure that everything was good and confirm that. And now I have 2 empty racks over here that need to be replaced. So the whole idea is I move that, right? Everything's in the computer. It's moved. So that is now where this stuff here belongs. I have empty racks, but I'm not going to try to fill those racks until I get the new ones in. So I have, of the 4 racks, I have maybe 1 that's free and clear where I can, but I want to put 2 racks in here. So that also is going to mean that I'm going to have to move. I have a shelf on this wall. I'm going to have to disassemble it and move it over about maybe a foot that has, a lot of my supplies on it underneath my TV. And then the rack will be just pretty much right in line, give me enough room for maybe I can still have my TV where it's at. I have a TV here right in front of me. And then we're dealing with some pretty good space that I can now utilize. So then next round, right, the middle racks, the stuff you see here, will then be moved probably over to these new racks, right? They'll have a new home over here, which will leave me empty racks. So then I'll take the empty racks and then I will take these plastic racks out, probably put them in the storage unit, or at least 2 sides of the storage unit will have some of these plastic racks. And now we'll have some industrial size racks in the middle, which will give me more room. Less room here, but I don't need I'm already clearing out. I've been working around this island of crap. So that's kind of what I'm doing tonight. And then, so once that's done, then the stuff on the other side will then move, and new stuff will move to the middle, and then that'll be free, and then I'll rework that side. So there's just a lot of stuff, and it has to be done in phases over the next 10 days. I don't want to lose the momentum of my listing. My listing, I made was a little over $1,000 in sales yesterday on the main account, 200 on the secondary account. And I'm still fighting the good fight, guys, with eBay to try to get my main account over 300. But the items are selling that good where I'm at 270 something. So, and a lot of this stuff that I'm dealing with, like a lot of these parts, these are going to go on the secondary account. I think I'm at 440 items on that. A lot of my parts are there, but this has to get done. This has to get done. I could throw all this out in the trash, but I see value here. I see, I got a functional motor that turns on. I've got a 30 some odd dollar hose that can be listed real fast. There's a handle for the vacuum. The people, believe it or not, they replace these things. I've got the, what do you call it? The wand assembly, for it, for this vacuum. So the parts are in demand. People want the parts. Now, some of the parts that aren't in the greatest condition, I probably won't mess with, like the accessories. These are kind of banged up. So I need to do a few things. I need to keep the boxes for the larger parts. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, yeah, brand new manual. I've just put with the motor. What I'll generally do is I'll like take photos of this. I think I already did take photos of this. I did for the hose as well. And then what I'll do is I'll say, hey, Jenna, will you Frankenbox? But because I have, let me dump this out. I apologize for the loudness. But since I have this box, it's a Kenmore box. I probably will put this motor assembly in here, in this box, and then just ship it out that way. And really, it gives me a lot of room for padding, which is good, because this box is a lot bigger than just this motor assembly. But I figure the more padding that I can throw at it, it's going to survive any kind of trip. Really no sold comps for the motor, but I do know that I've sold vacuum motors before. Like someone's vacuum, it takes a crap. Well, they don't have to buy a new one. They can just replace the motor part, which is everything connects to this. The wand assembly, the bottom part connects to it. And people like to call me when I'm on the lives, but I'll have to let him know that I'm not taking that call. This is a non-reseller. Hold on. I'm not doing a live either. I'm recording, so. You back. Okay. So, it is what it is. Lots of noise, but it's me working. You can't even see me. I apologize. Maybe that's a good thing. But this is just me working, guys. So, what I'll kind of do is I'll kind of give it a pocket there. We've already had our photos taken on this thing, and then we have excess bubble. This is the quilted bubble wrap. This is those machines are awesome. Yeah, like the one I bought was maybe $170 since I bought it a couple years ago. With inflation, it's probably now at close to 200. Maybe you could find a deal still on Amazon. That's where I picked it up, is at Amazon. Okay. So what else is new other than my struggles that you may or may not want to hear about? I call it a struggle in the sense that, the sales are still doing well. The business is still doing well. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't make a living doing reselling. That's my message to anyone out there. I don't care at all. Now, I wasn't going to really talk about this. I'm not going to really talk about it or dive into anything like this. But if you guys watched the last video, the person that I had mentioned in that video did comment on it. So you can go check on that if you want, if you're interested. But look, I'm not going to respond anymore to this person. I've got too much on my plate, and really, it's not cute to me. I don't want to be involved in it. Now, I guess you could say, well, you shouldn't have responded to the video that they did, but you know me, I am an opinionated person, and when I see people that are getting kind of thrown under the bus that don't deserve it, I speak up. That's my downfall, I guess. So it is what it is. That makes me a bad guy. But honestly, and I'm out here making a video, my nose is itching all the time. I don't know why. But to me, it's just who I am. And sometimes I probably should keep my mouth shut, but and I was in an unrelated way. I was involved in that here comes this video again that they're showing me on this video. I don't want to go into it, but those of you know, if you know, and that's all I'm going to say. So we'll leave it there, and hopefully it all goes away. And if it doesn't go away, then I'm not gonna feed into it anymore, because it's just I've got too much to do. Q4 is here, and guess what, guys? Q4 is been really, so far, knock on wood, Q4 has been very good to us so far. So we're just going to ride with it. I'm not going to do things to cause any more distractions that I've already done for myself, like this whole move of the stuff from the storage unit. Could I have kept the storage unit for another couple months? Sure, I could have. But it doesn't sit well with me when I have all this stuff to do. Even if I would have postponed it for another 3 months, it would still be kind of on my mind. All this stuff that's sitting in the storage unit that something needs to be done with. I had to literally take sort of days off of sourcing, my normal sourcing routine, which is something I would never do in Q4, because I needed the time. That's a couple hours a day that I was spending I could have been spending on that, which I needed to spend on this. But even with the limited number of days that I've been sourcing, I still got about half of what I normally get for this week. So I'll have Jenna go pick that up for me. She's been doing that lately. It's not to say she's going to be doing it all the time, but at least over the next 2 weeks, I'm going to need her to do that, because I'm really bearing down. Figure out what needs to sell on eBay. There's some good stuff. I found some really good stuff that I've either listed or is on the other side in a pile that's waiting for me to get to it. But really, it's about cleaning this area. And I've been talking about that for months now, and just talking and doing are two different things. It's time to do and not work around it anymore. That's going to free me up so much room in here that I'm not going to do this island of crap anymore in here. I'm just not. It's just not going to happen. I'm going to do it a little differently. This area that I'm in right now, I'm going to modify it. I'm not sure how I'm going to modify it yet, but that's what my next task is. This whole side of the garage is what's being redone. Okay, we're doing it in sections. So this side, the center, and then that other end of the garage. And it's going to be a hell of a ride. Mornings to night, no end in sight. I get to go bowl on Thursday night, and I hope 10 days is right. Because if not, on October 31st, I'm going to have a lot of fright. And don't ask me why I was rhyming. I just thought it was just, I was going with it. So anyway, want to thank you guys for being the best part of this channel. I certainly am not. I am just a guy that works in my garage. I don't tout myself to be anything more than what the facts show, what the numbers show. And look, if I can do it, you can do it, but you have to do it the right way. And what is the right way? The right way is your way. What you can access, what your time allows, what your circumstances allow, what your financial ability allows. That's the right way for you. So do it the right way, and only you know what that right way is. I found my right way, and for some, people hate it. People don't like it. People don't understand it. People want to sit there and tell, all who'll hear that, John is stubborn because he doesn't do it this way with this new technology. But I think it would be an absolute foolish thing to do, to take something that's working and try to adapt my business for the sake of adapting my business. If my business was struggling, I certainly would try it out. But whenever your business and whatever it is that you're doing is working, double down on that. I've talked to you guys about that before. Don't be a fool and say, you know what, I want to get on that AI train. AI isn't for everyone. I think we can all agree on that. AI has its good things about it. I use AI to do things that kind of free up my time. But you got to figure out what that is and how AI is going to be useful for you. For others, AI is not even in the picture, and it's like, I don't even want to hear you guys talk about it anymore. I get it. So let's leave it there. Again, I want to thank you for being here. And, if you enjoyed the content, hopefully you heard Archie's phone call. If not, well, I'm sorry you missed it. Hit the like button. Get your sale within the next 24 hours. If you enjoy the channel, and we're not just going to do this format only. We're going to do other formats. But for right now, for the next week and a half, this is kind of the content that I'm going to be putting out there just because I'm so busy. So if you appreciate all that, consider subscribing and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified the next time I make a video. But bearing down the middle of Q4 when you got to, well, it's yet another example of how sometimes flipping ain't easy. Want you guys to have an excellent rest of your day, and we will talk to you here very soon. Take care.
On Mondays and Fridays, join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Mistakes, learn from them and you'll have what it takes. In the world of reselling, we're your guide. With flipping ain't easy by yourself. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game. Catch the live streams on Mondays and Fridays. Join the Discord community for the parlays. Tune into the podcast. Profit Playbook's the name. With Scott and Josh, flipping's more than a game.